turn your microphones on, please. And Debbie, if you please call the roll.
Richard Balentine.
Here.
Richard Painter. Here. Richard Deaver.
Here.
Richard Evans.
Here.
Richard Peterson.
I'm here. All right. Do we have any amendments to the agenda?
No, sir.
Okay, well, actually, I do want to add a closed session item of the standard CEO evaluation. To the closed session?
And there's a need to take action.
Shouldn't be a need to take action.
Can we add it in?
So we can only add this if the issue arose subsequent to the posting of the agenda and it requires immediate action.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
If the chair states that, I'm satisfied.
Okay.
All right, so then there needs to be a motion, a second, and a vote by 4/5 of the directors to add it.
Okay, does that need a roll call then?
Richard Balentine.
Yes.
Well, we
they
need a
need
motion and a
motion
second.
first.
Does it need a roll call? Yes or no?
No, but it needs a motion and a second.
Motion. Okay.
Second.
Please. Okay. Adding, all in favor of approval of adding the closed session item? Aye.
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 Okay, well, that's unanimous. That's 5 out of 5. Okay, thank you. Consent agenda is the next item. We have one item on the consent agenda, the minutes of the September 15th, 2015 meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second. Okay, any questions or amendments to the minutes? Board members, any public comment minutes? No? All right, all in favor of approving the minutes for September 15th, 2015?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay, unanimous. First business item, check register for September 30th, 2015. Michael.
We have checks in the amount of total page here, $90,416.98, and electronic funds transfers in the amount of $84,841.78 for a total of $175,258.76. That's the proof.
Move to approve.
Second.
All right. Any questions from any board members on the check register? Public comment? None seen? All right. All in favor of approving the check register for September 30th, 2015?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Unanimous. Okay, next item. Karina, is that you?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Item B, Allied pay increases. Allied Barton is our security firm that we outsource our security to. They rarely come back to us and ask for pay increases. They've come to us this year to ask. We have included in the budget a potential of up to 3% additional in security fees incurred for this year. This pay increase request is actually 2.5%, so it comes under our budgeted amount. So we ask your approval.
Okay, thank you.
Move to approve.
Second. All right. Any board questions?
I do, sir.
Okay.
When was the last time that they requested an increase?
It was 2 years ago.
Any other questions? No. Board member. Any public comment? No. In that case then, all in favor of approval of the allied pay increases?
Aye.
Any opposed? No? All right. Passes. Next item, Monster Fitness Center equipment lease and bill of sale. Karina, I'm assuming that's you again?
It is, and Kevin's here to help answer any questions as well. He's talking directly with the folks at Monster Fitness. So we've brought to the board, it was a few board meetings ago now, this relationship. We brought the lease agreement. We discussed at that time that we will be bringing forward this bill of sale and the equipment lease, and that's what we're bringing forward today. So there are some minor modifications that Scott's working with Precor Fitness Equipment, minor modifications to the contract. So what we're asking for the board to approve is for the general manager to finalize the agreement, sign the agreement, and also sign the bill of sale with Monster Fitness.
So sign what agreement? The agreement with Monster Fitness? The agreement between us and Monster Fitness?
So what we're doing is the district is going to be signing the equipment the lease for the equipment, and then we'll basically be passing that through to Monster Fitness. So Monster will be paying us the monthly equipment. It's just one more way that we can help them eliminate some of the risk they're taking to start the business up here. And so the pass through is essentially with the bill of sale document. details.
Why are we doing it on a finance as opposed to just paying it?
They had actually a much better deal to finance it. They're getting 6 months free in order to finance it as opposed to buying it outright. And this is something that's much more manageable for them to be able to pay monthly rather than pay all at once.
Yeah, but you're asking us to sign the finance agreement, right?
That's correct. We will be signing it, and then the bill of sale, it essentially states that Monster Fitness is going to be paying us whatever the monthly lease amount is. So it's just really a pass-through. So for them, it's just a lot less of a burden than paying it all at once.
I think what the chairman is asking is I think he's asking us if we consider paying it off in cash and then charging the finance charges to Monster, and then we get to collect the $15,000 as opposed to just paying it. I think that's what I just heard.
I'm just surprised we're signing a finance agreement versus just paying it.
If we consider-
I'm certainly not opposed to it. It's just a lot less of a cash outlay up front.
I have heartburn, as you know, Stacy, I kind of have heartburn with all of it, but I concur with the chair. I'm surprised we'd be signing a financing agreement.
No, not at all. We're happy to, if it's easier for the board, it's certainly same for us. Similar agreement anyway with Monster that we would have.
I got a question kind of unrelated to that part of it. It says if you're tax exempt, well, we are a tax exempt agency, but we're not claiming any sort of tax exemption on it. Because I believe there's sales tax on that, isn't there?
Yeah, it's essentially for a business, it's a write-off. The
Right,
interest piece
but
is
we're
a
not
write-off
claiming
for us.
it as a tax
It
exempt.
doesn't apply,
Okay.
that's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would agree. We have funds to do it. We can gain some interest on that for ourselves as income. Why not? Why wouldn't we?
Yep, that's absolutely fine. It's not a budgeted item, so I guess I just didn't think to ask the board if they would rather just pay it up front rather than pay it over 3 years. We're absolutely happy to do that.
Scott, any issues from your side?
Nope, if it's the board's pleasure that the district just buy the equipment, then someone can make that motion second, you can vote to do that.
Okay, and the bill of sale is between us and Monster, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Mach 1, same thing. Okay,
And so the contract that Scott's working on is between us and Mach 1?
That's correct, that's the bill of sale.
all right, so the motion would be to approve purchase of the equipment and then approve signing the bill of sale to Mach 1.
Yes.
Okay, so that's I need a motion.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, can I get a second for that?
I'll second.
All right, any additional questions from anyone on the board on this scenario? Any public comment? None seen. All right, all in favor of the motion as presented?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
Nobody opposed? One opposed?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right, motion passes. All right, next item is sick leave resolution.
This item is for a bit of discussion with the board. So several board meetings ago, we brought to the board that our liabilities for employees and for retired persons is really growing exponentially. So we're trying to reduce those liabilities one at a time. And the sick leave policy that we have today, that's adopted today, basically does not cap any time on sick. So employees can accrue unlimited sick hours, no matter how long they're here, or for, to be, basically be used for anything that's sick related, or cash out if and when they retire, depending on the length of service. So what we're asking the board to do is to put a cap on the number of hours, which means whatever the cap is, we would have leave on the books as of the end of the fiscal year, and anything that's remaining would just be cashed out to the employees. So employees who've earned that sick time still has to be paid out. So there's a substantial liability that we would end up paying this fiscal year just to reduce that to 200 hours per employee, if that makes sense.
How much is that financial liability?
It's almost $250,000. So this is kind of an effort to start chipping away at the liability so it stops growing exponentially.
Mr. Chairman,
Mhm.
this has my adamant recommendation to approve it. It's been to the board twice in 13.5 years, and it has been pushed, and I think the time has come, and it certainly makes sound business sense. It gets us in line with most everybody else's business in the country that we can't sit.
You picked 200 just because it's 5 weeks? Is that why you picked 200 or why did you pick 200?
That's correct. It's basically 5 weeks of service, or 5 weeks, and it's less than what our vacation cap is, which is 320 hours. So we wanted to go somewhere in the middle. What we've presented today, in addition to the staff memo with our recommendation, is a resolution. That resolution leaves a blank here for the number of hours. So our recommendation is 200, but if the board would prefer to discuss and come up with a different number, we're certainly open to that discussion.
All right, Mr. Hershey, other guys have some questions? Bill, any questions? No? Jimmy, any questions?
No, I'm glad we are getting a handle on this. I definitely agree with our CEO. It's been long addressed, and we need to start tackling some of this to stay ahead of the future.
Joann, any questions? No. I just want to clarify, so sick leave is accumulated throughout a time with no cap, but it's paid out at current pay rates, or it's paid out at the rate it was accumulated at?
It will end up being paid out at the current pay rate.
Okay, so if you had 500 hours on the books or whatever, you accumulated half of it at a lower rate, and you paid out at a higher rate. So. And then it's, and we think our current obligation to get down to 200 across the board would be 250,000 approximately.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question?
Sure, absolutely.
And I don't know the law on this. Are we required to buy everybody down to 200? That are over 200? Is that required?
If they've earned it, we have to pay it out. Is that what you're asking?
Do we have to, if we change our code to the cap at 200, for all those that are over 200 at this present moment in time, are we required to buy it down to 200?
If this policy is adopted.
They can't just carry over what they have.
You could mean the grandfathering of the people.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
You are not legally required to pay it down to 200 hours. You can do it all at once, you can do it over time. That's within your discretion.
Okay, so in your recommendation, you're recommending a cap at the 200, or you're also recommending to pay it down now?
That's correct, and the reason is just because of what you stated. So what's been happening is the time gets earned at a lower pay rate than when it's paid out, and that's the trouble we're running into with the comp time as well. So we're going to pay that out as of the end of this fiscal year.
Okay, and then conversely, Scott, legalities wise, you've been over this, I'm sure. So this policy is legal as presented, as far as you're concerned.
It is.
Okay, no issues there. Okay. All right, any other questions from the board? Any public comment? No? All right, can I get a motion for approval of the resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Second. Okay. Any final questions from anybody? All in favor of the amendment, I'm sorry, the motion for approving the amended resolution to include a maximum of 200 sick leave hours? Aye.
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 All right, okay, unanimous, and then that also includes the payout, current payout.
And that wasn't in the budget, so that's going to be an issue.
Yes, that's correct.
But we carry it as a liability though on the books, correct?
Right.
All right, thank you. Next item, P, T-hanger 958.
You received a request, so this is sort of the third piece of this phase. So this hanger went up for sale several meetings ago. We brought it to the board to purchase the hanger. The board did not want to purchase, so we instead came back to the board next meeting with a proposed lease agreement for the new hanger owner. Now she's coming back to us asking to sublease this hanger. And the new lease agreements all state that any sublease agreements have to be approved by the board in advance. So this is what we're bringing back to the board. So this is T-hanger 958, and Ms. Wang is asking for the board to approve sublease agreements for Justin Steinmetz, and Aaron Hambrick.
I don't see Aaron Hambrick on this. You got that person going to be named on this lease also?
Oh, yeah.
Just his name.
Okay, I'll get the other copy of the sublease agreement. I thought it was included in the packet.
Go ahead, Scott.
You're just subleasing one agreement, correct? It's not two separate hangars.
No, it's one hangar, two people. Is that the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one hangar.
Yeah, so let's put both names.
Okay, so we'll just change this to put both names on this sublease agreement.
Without motion to approve, Mr. Chairman?
Can I get a second? Second. All right, so the motion is to approve the consent to sublease, two parties. Any other questions from the board members? Public comments from anybody? Yes, Kathy?
Oh, I just want to say that it's a beautiful Thorpe P-18 in that hangar now. Aaron flies it. It's just knocks your eyes out. It's all polished aluminum. Beautiful.
Okay.
You see them here, but you don't see them in here.
So they're gonna amend it to include his other person's name. All right, any last final public comments? All right, all in favor of the motion for approve the consent to sublease?
Aye.
Aye, okay, passes. Next item, F, amendment, approval amendment to lease with the Virgin Galactic.
Yes, so Virgin Galactic currently has numerous test sites in our rocket test site area, and they want to expand these test sites by an additional nearly 2 acres. So because they have a 3-year lease agreement, we are bringing it back to the board for approval of the amendment.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Any questions from board members? Any public comment? Item G, similar thing for Northrop Grumman.
That's correct. So there's going to be no change to the amount of revenue necessarily per month. They're asking for a term on the hangar. So they're currently under a month-to-month contract. They're asking for a 3-year lease with 4 3-year options for hangar 71.
First from memory, where's 71?
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Two doors.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
Second. Any questions from the board? Public comment? All right, all in favor of the approving the amendment to the Northrop Grumman lease?
Aye.
Aye, approved, okay, motion carries. Next item, federal excess personal property resolution.
So this was actually kind of an interesting find by our internal fire department. We've been sort of on the lookout for a water truck to replace our water truck that's been in need of replacement, really not even repair anymore, for quite some time. And this organization, the CAL FIRE, has a program that they will loan equipment to various fire departments for a period of 5 years, and then at the end of 5 years, it'll become our equipment. We actually have an agreement similar to this with the county today, and we get a lot of pretty decent equipment with the county now. So this is being brought to the board because they require a form of resolution adoption of this partnership. And they believe they will have a water truck available for us actually pretty quickly if we can get this approved. So we will, they included, it looks like a handwritten resolution. We'll get this typed up in a form that the board can sign if it's approved.
The way things are going, we better get it quick.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, any questions from board members? Nope. Public comment? Nothing seen. All in favor of adopting the resolution 994104 for federal excess property?
Aye.
Aye, okay, passes unanimously. Next item. Okay, any announcements of a community nature?
Okay.
The board recognizes Ms. Kathy Hansen.
Thank you so much. This month at Time Crazy Saturday, on the 17th, I can't believe we're into October. Last month we had the B-47, so it just seems logical that this month we'd have a speaker talk about the B-52, which was the follow-on to the B-47. This particular B-52 is really special and unique. 008 was a mothership, and she flew the X-15 all the way up to the X-43 on her last flight. And Bradford Neal from NASA will come and tell us about the last flight of NASA B-52 008, and they call her Balls 8, and the flight into the sunset. And this photo here is by Dave Sibley, and also our friend who moved to Arizona, Brian Lockett, took some pictures very similar to this. They're just amazing. They can stand on the ramp and the airplane can be miles away and it looks like they're in an airplane next to it taking a photo. But I think this will be an outstanding program. I'm already taking reservations. So hope everybody can come out on October 17th. Also, November is coming up, and I emailed Karina and Stu and asked if we could have our Veterans Day ceremony here. And they said we could. So I want you to know we have an outstanding speaker, Christine Marie. And I never knew the rank of first captain in the Army, but that's what she said her last promotion. But she was a medic with the 82nd Airborne, and she has some stories to tell. She served 2 tours in Iraq. But she lives in Tehachapi, and she's very interested in theater and works in some of the plays, and I'm sure she must know Heather Benish. But I think it'll be kind of unique to have her. I've also invited the CHP Color Guard. I haven't heard back from Darlene, but keeping my fingers crossed because they are outstanding. And then, just a few days later, out at Cal City on November 14th, we'll have a Plane Crazy 2 with hot air balloons, and representative from AOPA will be there to tell how to start or establish a flying club. And what they want to do, and Dave is familiar with this, is start a light sport flying club using possibly a J3, which is a real tail dragger, and low and slow and sweet. But anyway, that's going to be, I think, an outstanding Plane Crazy. And I haven't got a speaker for November 21st because he has moved it to December because he teaches skiing at Mammoth, and since there's snow up there, and why can't I remember his name? Somebody just asked me if he was going to speak.
Roy Martin.
Roy Martin, yes. Thanks. But Roy's going to tell it, so he'll be here in December, and he's going to tell us about making the sonic booms more quiet. So, anyway, thanks so much for your time.
All right, any other announcements of a community nature? Okay. We have no board committees, CEO, general manager report, 2 items. One, we asked you to work on the employment application. Can you report on that?
That's correct. So last board meeting, the board directed staff to make a modification to our employment agreement. I just wanted to report out that we have made this change, and our employment application is now updated in the event we have a position open up where we need an employment application to give out.
Okay, and then legal review that change, right?
Yes.
Scott, you reviewed and you're happy that it's in compliance with the law now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, second thing was audit status.
Sure. We believe the auditors are going to be here actually on the day of the next board meeting, which I think is the 20th of October. And we have already sent to them the first round of schedules that we have prepared for them to begin to work on through their office. So we're making good progress already on the 2015 year-end audit. It's moving right along. On schedule.
Okay.
I have one other real quick announcement, just kind of for the public's information. We've modified our website. We've been posting the board packets, the entire packets on our website, which is available for download generally the Friday afternoon before the board meeting. So we don't plan to print the entire packet for public because we end up wasting a lot of paper, so hopefully that's okay with you all. We'll print out the agendas available for pickup, If somebody has a specific request for a document, we can go print that out at that time, but going forward, that's kind of the plan. If everyone's okay with that.
And the new website looks great.
Yeah, it does. Tanina did that herself. She did a fantastic job.
Anything else? Yes, sir.
Al, we're replacing water valves this week, and the actual cutover on those valves will be Friday. Friday's a flex day for some, so about half the population of the airport will be off, but it will affect hangars potentially between X-Core and flight research on the flight line and hangar 79.
Okay. Board of Director announcements. Anything from the board? Nope. For those who were not here at last meeting, I'd just like to make sure everybody knows that the board at the last meeting selected Ms. Karina Drees as the replacement for Stu on his retirement in January. So congratulations again, Karina. All right, now we have time for public comment on items not on the agenda. We have 3 minutes available to anybody
Yes.
who needs to speak.
Yes. Actually, it was on the agenda, I missed that part. It's on the employment application. I'm Michelle Egbers, President, CEO, founder, and executive of AV East Front Second Chance. I'm lucky to have Kathy Hansen here today, as well as Bill Deaver, because we can delve into what instigated all of this. In 2010, on October 10th, 2010, Governor Brown signed AB 218, ban the box. Are y'all familiar with it? Because I gave you all that in March of 2014. Are you familiar with it? Bill Weaver, good, you're familiar with it.
We're familiar with it.
Why aren't you not in compliance with it?
We're in compliance.
Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're,
No
no,
comment.
Bill, you, don't comment, because you're going to dig a bigger grave.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna comment, that's what the lawyer's for.
That's right. And he's lousy, just like Scott Navy,
Mr. Chairman.
okay? You know, and that's interesting because I brought that to him, you know, in 2014, you didn't comply until this month when I called the Special Districts Association that we have made an agreement with, okay, to delay the implementation.
I wasn't on the board in 2014.
Oh, but Miss Hanson was.
Talk to her then.
Bill?
Oh, Miss
Bill?
Hanson,
Bill?
Bill,
Let-
just
let
don't
her-
say
let her
anything.
have her say.
Okay.
Don't say anything, please. Okay? Just listen. You guys made a big mistake. Especially last month, when you tried to argue with me about the law. About the labor code. You all violated the law. I gave you all the labor code, the law, in 2014. I'm a felon. I'm a convicted felon. We all know that. We miss Kathy Hansen here, and Bill Deaver, and Mr. Krokel, we are very well known with Catherine Scott. Here at the Mojave Air and Spaceport. Okay? So we're looking at a very, very sticky situation. I like practical solutions. I came to you in 2014, said, hey, it's coming into effect on January 1st. Get in compliance. But no, this airport does not believe that they have to come in compliance with the law. But yet they can charge their tenants with charges that are false, okay? So does that mean that I charge you now with a labor code violation and charge you with a $5 million, Stu-Witt, penalty? I got an email from Karina today saying I'm threatening your staff and everything, intimidating them. How am I threatening them?
And can you wrap it up?
I'm just asking them to come in compliance with the law. So we have an issue here. And today's going to be the answer. Either we talk or I walk and I make the phone calls.
And we cannot
To the
take
labor
any-
code.
We cannot take any action on your public comments today.
Oh no, it actually wasn't a public comment, but no, it was kind of,
I just need you to wrap up your
I'm
point.
just okay. You guys have violated the law. You all are offenders now. Do you feel good about that?
Any other
You
comments?
all are offenders of the labor code. Just like me, I'm an offender, but of the penal code. Feel good, Stu? You have anything to say?
Ma'am, we're not
You
gonna
had
comment.
everything excused last month.
Ma'am, please wrap up your comments.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, thank you.
That's all I have to say.
Appreciate it.
So, I hope that we can save this community some money. Because every penalty for every day over the year and a half that you have violated this AB 218 is $2,000 a day per violation. There are 17 violations in your application. Mr. President, I hope to save this community money. I don't like to come this way, but I have no choice.
Point of order, she's way beyond her 3 minutes, and this is not a matter over which we have jurisdiction. If she thinks that we violated the law, we can't correct that. She needs to make a complaint with the proper authorities, Mr.
Oh, I
Chairman.
did. Oh, I am.
Thank you,
Oh,
ma'am.
yeah.
Appreciate your
Thank
comment.
you, thank you.
Any other public comments of items not on the agenda? Oh, we have one, sir?
Yes. My name is Andrew Edward Persano. I'm an attorney representing Mr. Sost. At this point, we had one question. There was an issue on the movement of an F-100 and some repairs done by Mr. Sost and a mechanics lien that he held until he lost possession of the aircraft. The aircraft owner being a museum. In any event, there's about a $70,000, not a little less than $70,000 liability there. So I was just wondering if the board has considered that, and if the board will consider that going forward as an item to be addressed with regard to my client's mechanics lien that, because of the removal of the aircraft, of course, my client's possessory mechanics lien was extinguished. So just wanted to bring it to the board's attention. I know that there's other litigation involving Mr. Sost that the board's aware of, and I see his name features in the closed session, and I understand that. I just wanted to bring it to your attention because it's probably one of those footnote items that maybe 70,000 didn't attract too much attention, but I wanted to bring it to everyone's attention so no one could say that they were unaware of it. And that's about it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Any other public comments for items not on the agenda? All right, seeing none, then we will move into closed session. Thank you very much.
It was doing a lot of repairs, maintenance, and
Still in violation.
refurbishment of an F-100 aircraft that's owned by Edwards Air Force Base Museum.
The first one is.
And since he's a mechanic, under state law, when he did all the work, he held a mechanics lien as long as he held the aircraft. So like when you take your car to the auto repair shop, until you pay the bill, they won't let you take it because they have a lien on your car. Once you pay the bill, you're yours again. Same thing with the aircraft. Well, my client did almost $70,000, a little less than $70,000 worth of repair, new equipment put in the aircraft, whatever. It was part of a refurbishment of that F-100 aircraft for the museum, because the aircraft's owned by Edwards Air Force Base Museum. And because of the dispute, this airport ended up taking the aircraft away from my client's possession. And since it's a mechanics lien, as soon as it leaves his possession, he doesn't have a lien anymore. He's owed the money, but now he has to chase somebody down. So that's the concern.
Okay.
Because he's just trying to make sure he gets paid for the work that he did.
Definitely.
So that's all.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. You got my card.
Yes.
The airport district did not comply with the law.
Can you explain exactly how they didn't comply with
On
that?
October 10th, 2013, Governor Brown signed the bill AB 218, which is ban the box. Banning the box means you have to remove the box saying, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Or a crime, essentially. All right? Did they remove it? No. I emailed them, I gave them all the information, each and every board member, on, I think it was the 24th of March, I want to say. Okay? I mean, we have all the evidence.
Okay.
And they disregarded it.
Okay.
And you can't do that.
Definitely.
The law is the law. You can't enforce the law to break the law. And that's exactly what this airport does.
Okay, thank you.
We have the right to come home and to get jobs. The taxpayers invest money into us inmates in the institutions to get trained and certified so that we can come home and get these jobs. But when we have this barrier in non-compliance, we've got a problem.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.